Welcome everyone back to my crafting corner. This is Crafting with Lucretia. Hi, how you doing? I'm Lucretia. As you can see, I've got a new project starting. Now, I was over there in the tribe, which is part of Dragonflies and Diamonds and Dragonflies Patreon. Yes, I'm a member. I love Heather's show, Heather's channel show, whatever you want to call it. And so I have become a Patreon. I am in chat. Sometimes it feels like more often than others, but sometimes I'm actually in there. And, you know, sometimes I have a busy day and I'm not able to be in there. So it just kind of depends on the day. Let me grab some washi tape. Hang on. Oh, I got something right here. Yay. Trying to get set up, y'all. Trying to get set up. Need some washi tape for that end of the pin. You can see, as you can see, some of the girls in there at the tribe, and they were talking. They just realized I had a channel. It's not like I'm trying to be famous or anything. I mean, come on. I just have a YouTube channel. Nothing too fancy. But anyway, they got watching me and found my channel and talking to me and whatnot. And one of them commented, they're like, "Man, I'd like to see Crafting with Lucretia do that chicken coop, sweet chicken coop one." And of course, when it alerts you, when your name gets mentioned, it kind of alerts you. They're like, "Hey, you know, they're talking about you." And so I popped in just to see what they were saying, and I was like, "Oh, please let it be nice." You know, they're like, "Hey, so-and-so mentioned your channel." I'm like, "Okay, cool. What are they mentioning my channel about?" Please let it be good, right? So anyway, I was watching the conversation and they're like, "Yeah, we'd like to see her do this picture and do like a progress and as you do it and whatnot." So I had just finished my Scooby-Doo, like literally had just finished it. And so yeah, I was like, I could do that. I just finished my picture for the Frankly Spooky or whatnot. And I was like, yeah, I could probably work on that between now and Be Frosty and see how far I get along. So we're gonna work on it. That's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be my project. You wanted to see progress reports? Well, here you go. You too. I forget your name. I'm gonna have to go back in the chat and go back and look, see what your names are. But Anyway, welcome to the channel. Today we will be doing working on chicken sweet. What is it? Coop Sweet Coop. Let me get the name of it right. Coop Sweet Coop. It is from DAC. It is a big one. It's 94 by 70 when I get this massive thing done. As you can see, it rolls off the table. So in some videos you may see it rolled up. Don't worry, it's the same picture. It has 91 colors. You want to see what 91 colors looks like? Do you want to see what you girls got me into? Tray 1. Now, not all of tray 2 is full, but tray 2. Thank you. Okay. Your wish, my command, my paintbrush, okay? So, my putty that I'm going to be at least using for today is from Black Dahlia, over there at Black Dahlia Diamond Art at Etsy. It is the Coconut Citrus, y'all. I love that scent. Now, this was a scent of the month from last month, July. So, they don't have it anymore, but I did just recently see it being voted on for an everyday scent. So, go over to Etsy. Do me a favor. Go over to Etsy. Scroll down till you see the the Facebook group for the Black Dahlia group. The Facebook for the Black Dahlia. Find the Facebook group. Find the posting where it votes on adding a scent to the everyday selection. I saw this on here, and yes, I voted for it because this is like my favorite scent. I'm going to need more of this very badly, very soon. And yeah, vote for this scent because I want to see it on the everyday list, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And let's see, since it is autumn, well, starting Sunday, I have my autumn pin. Now this one, I believe, is from Jim's homemade pins. I've had this thing, just about the same all the time that I've been diamond painting. It's like one of my first pins I ever got. It just has a DAC 4 placer on here. This does have a lot of confetti, so I'm not looking for a lot of color blocking. 4 in a row is probably more than I have. My cover reminder, at least for today, is going to be a maple leaf. You know, I'm going all out for fall. It's fall, y'all. At least when it's come tomorrow, it will be. Well, Sunday. And my fall tray is from Bella Diamonds. It's one, I think this is one of her limited ones. It matches a painting that I just bought, but it's fall, y'all. And, you know, it's fall. I mean, come on. So that's the tray I'm going to be using for now. I am a one color at a time person, so, you know, I'm not one of these that mixes all these colors up. So let's get to peeling some paper back if I can find the corner. Now this does have the nice perforated paper. So you're going to hear a little rip. Maybe. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got it. We'll do about like that. Find the next section. There we go. Let's get our maple leaf in place. So how's everyone doing? Are you ready for fall? I surely am. I love fall. This is like my favorite season. I told my husband, I was like, I really wanted to go to the Exeter pumpkin patch and just walk around and look at stuff. He's like, why? We don't have any kids. And he's like, I'm not hauling your butt out of the corn again. I'm like, why? Now, for those that are wondering, the corn story is a very funny story. A couple years ago, we went up there for the first time to the Exeter corn maze because they're like, yeah, that's where the fall stuff is. And they're right, that's where the fall stuff is. And I wanted to jump in the corn maze. so badly. Okay, let me get a piece of release paper here. It's going to be Sleepy Dog, because that's just what's handy. And we're going to get started. Let's go with, I'm seeing a lot of black. Let's go 310. And would it help if I moved some of these over a little bit? Before I get my drills open here, I don't think I need my lid quite yet. So I can scooch over a little bit closer. Scooch up, y'all. Scooch up. I don't think I need my lid yet to that, but you know, hey, it's there. Okay, scooch over diamond painting. Carefully scooch it over. There we go. And I got a set of tweezers here if I need them. It is a, let's see, is it a square? We'll find out when I pour the drills out. How about that? I didn't look at the box. We'll find out in a second. 310. Looks like it is a square, y'all. So, yay. We might get that little pop, pop, pop sound. I wonder if it's going to pick up on the microphone. I hope so, because I like that. I know, I'm kind of weird. I like the little pop, pop sound. No one ever accused me of being sane. By the way, I do have doctor's notes saying I'm not. So, if you're looking for a sane friend, I'm not it. Okay. Little black dot. Let's get started. Woohoo, fall. Y'all, the funny stories I could tell you, and I probably will, because I was kitting this up last night, and my husband was trying to help, and of course he was getting in the way. Now he's the one he's wanting to try to learn how to do diamond painting because he sees how much I benefit from it, and I get to relax, and I get to enjoy making a pretty picture, and he wanted to try it. Well, this picture is actually his birthday present. Well, it was his birthday present for him to do. Do I look like Quincy? No, I do not. But that's okay. It came in handy because I made a video of it. Birthday present gone wrong, and people are like, hey, you need to do that. I'm like, all right, I'll just do it. So I'm doing it. And so Quincy came in and helped me kit some of these up. Yeah, I don't think that man's ever going to diamond paint again. The stories we're going to tell. Get you a cup of coffee. This is going to be a whip and chat while I sit here and work on this for a little bit. Quincy is not here right now. He went off running around to look at something. Who knows what. But, yeah. He cannot... He's not one of these guys that cannot sit still. Okay? And my diamond painting kit up stories, yeah, they're going to reflect that. Because, like I said, he was trying to help me last night. Trying to learn how to do it. He's like, oh, it can't be that hard. And really, kitting up is not that hard. You have to concentrate and make sure you get the right number and the right, you know, right tag on the right number. And stuff like that. But, you know, it's really not super hard. You guys that know how to kit up, you know how to do it. But then again, this was his first time doing it. And, you know, he got very intimidated. Very intimidated. And so I'm like, okay, I'll help, you know, I'll help you kit up, hon, if you'll do it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna do it because my fans want to see it done. So, you know, I'm gonna do it. So here I am doing it. And so last night we tried kitting it up. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna kit up that picture so I can get working on it tomorrow. No, it's 91 colors, so technically I had to work on it last night and a bit this morning after we got some errands run. So, you know, it takes you a little bit to do 91 colors, okay? This is like the most kit colors I've ever had to do. Tell you, DAC is up in their game. They're with those new sticker sheets they got that go up to 100. We're in trouble. We are gonna have 100 colors before long. And in fact, I looked and we're almost there because like the turtle from last week, I think had 96. This has 91. Only 4 or 5 more and we're going to be pushing 100 on that. So, yeah. You that wished for lots of color, you're getting it. You're getting it. So, funny story time. Which one do I want to start with? We'll just start at the beginning. So, we were kitting up, right? Right. And I noticed after doing a couple of these that they were full of static. So I had Quincy go to the laundry room. I was like, hey, go to the laundry room and get me a dryer sheet. He's like, all right. And he looked at me kind of funny. He's like, why? Are you going to do laundry while you're kitting up? I was like, no, just go get me a dryer sheet. Just one little dryer sheet. Has to be a new one. And he's like, okay. Now, new, I mean not used in the laundry, okay? You guys know what I mean. He did not know what I meant. Follow along. Follow along, because it gets funny. Okay, so he goes in there, and he doesn't bring me a dryer sheet from the open box that I got. No, he has to dig around in the stash of stuff I have, which, you know, I have stuff. In case I run out of something, I have an extra usually, and in the way of dryer sheets, I did. So he pulled out my new box of Gain. Not Gain, it's the one with the teddy bear. The one I had open was Gain. But he pulled out my teddy bear ones. What is it? Snuggle, I think. And he's like, here's you a brand new dryer sheet. He's like, by the way, this was your box in the pantry, so you need to put more on the list. I'm like, okay, but I had a box open. He's like, yeah, but you told me to bring you a new one. I'm like, a new dryer sheet, not a new box of dryer sheets. And he's like, oh, well, it's here now, so use this one. I'm like, okay. So it's a good thing he brought the box because we were cutting them up, and with 90 some odd colors, yeah, you kind of needed more than one dryer sheet. So it's fine. It's fine. We got it used. They're still over there on the dog crate. And so here I was cutting them up, and he was like, what are you going to do with the dryer sheet? He was so confused. He's like, what are you doing with the dryer sheet? I was like, I'm going to get the static out of my drills. And he's like, okay. I was like, what do you use the dryer sheet for? He's like, to remove static and make them smell good. He's like, so now we're going to have teddy bear smelling drills? And I'm like, no. We're not going to have teddy bear smelling drills. Y'all, this man, I swear. I was like, no, we're not going to have drills that smell like teddy bears, okay? And so he was like, I don't know if I want my diamond painting smelling all girly-fied and floral scent. Y'all, it's fresh powder, okay? Or Snuggle Soft. You know, it's a dryer sheet. It smells like a dryer sheet. So anyway, while I was cutting up dryer sheets, kitting up, Quincy was over there sniffing the dryer sheets, getting high off of the dryer sheet scent. Yes, he's a little weird. He's a little weird one, but that's okay. And so I was like, okay, you wanted to help. Get over here and help and match the numbers. And he was like, oh, okay. So we started matching the numbers. Again, keep in mind, he's not diamond painting friendly. Okay? So he was going by these first numbers here, like the numbers of the kit, how many colors they have in the kit, like 1 through 91, right? And so I'd rattle off, we'll just pick 3770. He's like, wait a minute, there's only 91 colors, not 3,700. I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, there's not 3,000 colors, there's only 91. I'm like, no, the DMC color. Oh, yeah. So I had to learn him symbols. I had to learn him DMC colors. I had to learn him how to fill a bag with drills and try not to make a mess. Y'all, I might be cashing in DAC on that lost drill thing. So, just saying. Just saying. He was not the carefulest. But we managed, we got it kitted up, and here we are. So, next funny story. We get sitting there and we're talking about accessories. And of course he wanders off and he goes over here behind me, because right over there is my computer, behind me that way. Well, you can't see it, but it's like over that way, that way behind me. So, yeah. He rolled over there to play on the computer, and of course it came up as automatically as on the Etsy page, because I was looking for something, and Etsy was the last page I had been on, right? You guys know how computers work. So he was like, hey, what's Etsy? And I'm like, oh gosh. Now keep in mind, he just recently found my stash and redesigned the house, kind of, so I could have my own art room. I still have to share with some stuff, but it is a process. I'm getting a bit bigger space, which is fine. But then he's over here kind of like, okay, what's Etsy? And I'm like, it's kind of like Amazon for crafting. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, it's where I get a lot of my stuff from. And I kind of quickly showed him Etsy, and he was like, oh, okay, well, you're doing this chicken picture for me. You need a chicken diamond painting pin. I'm like, okay. Go to Etsy and punch up chicken diamond painting pin. Yeah. And, thankfully he didn't find any chicken diamond painting pins, y'all. I'd be in trouble. But then he found, it was Bree's Crafty Corner. It was Sabrina. Her Bee's Crafty Corner for her release papers, right? And he's like, oh, what's Bee's Crafty Corner? I was like, oh, that's release papers. He's like, oh, do you need any of those? I was like, well, I don't have any chickens, so we're going to have to improvise. He's like, oh, okay, I'll look and see if she has chickens. She doesn't have chickens. Not yet. I messaged her this morning, I think, and asked her. I was like, hey, I'm doing Coop Sweet Coop. I need some chickens. She's like, you need what? I was like, some chickens. I need some chicken papers. ASAP. And she's like, okay, let me see what I can get for you. And so she sent me back with a couple of pictures, which, yeah, they're cute. And yeah, I've got some ordered. She's already worked. So if you go to her site and see chickens, just know I'm to blame. Okay, I'm to blame on that one. Boy, and this is the first time I get to use these Elizabeth. They're not the Elizabeth Ward. They're the DAC storage things. I don't know quite how I feel about them because they go everywhere. I should have gone over there. While I was kitting up last night, I kept telling Quincy, it's like, I need a funnel. And he was on Etsy. He didn't know. And he was like, okay, so I'm on the computer. What? You need a funnel. Okay. I'll go get a funnel. I'm thinking, okay. And then he leaves the room. I'm like, he leaves the room to go get funnel. Y'all, hold a minute. Hold, please, like Wolfgazer says. Hold, please. Let me show you said funnel. The world's biggest diamond painting funnel, okay, is what he brought me. He went out to the garage, picked up his oil changing, and granted he cleaned it up and handed it to me and wiped it off and everything, and then he handed it, but if you smell it, thank goodness you don't have smell-o-vision because it still smells like oil. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, remind me at the end of this video, hey, go buy a funnel. Just saying. I still need to get that. And he said I could get any accessories I wanted. Y'all, he said I could get whatever I wanted. Never tell a crafter to get what they want. How many of y'all think I went shopping? No, not yet, but I plan on it. I plan on it. And one of those things is a dang funnel. Or two. Yeah. Other end, Lucy. Other end. So, yeah, he brings me a funnel. I try to tell him I need a smaller funnel. He has like a set of funnels. And he couldn't find the whole set of funnels that he had. And I'm like, okay, go to the kitchen and find me one of the small funnels. Because I thought I had one in the biscuit drawer where I keep my biscuit cutter, right? Yeah, it was the one I usually mix my orange juice with because I have a small mouthed orange juice jar, right? That I use for my orange juice when I make it. I get the frozen stuff in the concentrate and mix 3 cups of water, yada yada. You guys know how to make the frozen orange juice, right? Right. So he brings me that funnel. While it's still a little too big, I managed to use it and get it done. And so then he manages to throw that one in the trash, and he's like, I'll get you another one. I'm like, no, that was the last funnel I had. So I don't think I like these. Oh well, I'll get it up in them now. But yeah, so that's the funnel. Funny funnel stories. And I can tell you right now, I'm not too fond of these Diamond Art Club boxes. But that's what I got my 91 colors in, so that's what I'm going to use. But boy, I could use the funnel. Could use the diamond. If anyone wants to send me a spare funnel, I'd appreciate it. I'll PM you my address, okay? Just FYI. But anyway, now I can't get these black off of the deal. Oh, y'all, the struggle's real with this one. So anyway, next funny story about Quincy. He was surfing Etsy and he found, well, like I said, he found my Etsy page, or, not my page, my account, and was over there surfing the computer. Now, he cannot hold his attention to save his butt. So then it quickly went to books and this, that, and the other, and he just kind of started, I was like, hey, I need you over here to help me with this. Yeah. Sorry, Mo. And, yeah, he was off topic. So we sat in here and watched Jeopardy for a little bit, playing Jeopardy while I'm still doing drills. I'm going to do the TV antenna. 64. Okay, now these are not in numerical order, I don't think. He said he organized them. I don't see how he organized them, but there's 64, so we'll grab 64. There's a lot of 64s right here. And instead of that dark tray, I think I'm just going to go switch back over to my DAC. Oh yes, we got talking about symbols. Yes, that's and he was like, I got talking to him and he's like, how do you know what color to place where? I was like, symbols. You know, it's pretty simple. It's color by symbol. You match the symbol with the color and you put it on the canvas, right? You know, put it on the glue. It's not that hard, right? Right. So we got chit-chatting about all the funny symbols and whatnot, and I don't really think they have any of my particular favorites. I don't really have favorites when it comes to symbols, but it was just funny to talk about because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And so this one that I call TV antenna, now I grew up in the 70s and 80s, okay? So that is what I call rabbit ears. That is what we used to use for an antenna on top of the TV, and we'd move the little wires every which way, and then we got fancy and had a box that turned the antenna for us, so we didn't have to go outside, and Dad didn't have to bang out the door and say, hey, a little bit left, a little bit right. That's perfect. Come on in. You must be freezing. Mom, make her some hot chocolate. Yeah. That was days before cable. Yes, I remember those days. Not very fondly. I was that child. I didn't have any brothers or sisters, so yeah, I was that child that had to go change the antenna. Yeah. And so yeah, it was a blast from the back. So that's radio antenna, or not antenna, rabbit ears. That's my rabbit ear symbol. And of course we got talking about, you know, there's two from poker in here, spades and clubs are in here. And I got asking him, I was like, hey, is this spade? Of course I knew the right one. I was like, is that spades or clubs? And he's like, spades. You know, you played poker with me. I'm like, yeah, I just thought I'd ask. You know. And he's like, you know what the symbols look like? I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm just making sure you know what they look like. Y'all, he can be a hoot. And so 77 we have his Christmas tree. We both agreed that looked like a Christmas tree. He was looking at some of these and making up weird symbols, and I'm like, okay. 53 looks like a grill. I don't think I have 53 up here where I can see it, but on this it looks kind of like a grill. So he's like, 53 is a grill, and I'm like, all right. Looks more like a trash can to me, but okay. You know, he can be a hoot sometimes. He can be a hoot. So then I got most of the drills and I took a break, and I was like, hey, you know, I needed to take a break for the night, and I was like, I'll finish it tomorrow, right? And so he was like, yeah. His eyes were kind of bothering him. He's got worse eyesight than I do. We need to get into the eye doctor and get everything checked. And I told him, I was like, well, you know, I was like, I will try to be good, and I will try to get us into the eye doctor. And I was like, I don't have really too many orders right now, so I can stash some money back, and I can get us in. So yeah, I look forward to the eye doctor appointment with him on one of his days off. I gotta call up and schedule it. Yay me, and me for you know, eyesight too. Got to keep my eyes where I can do my hobby, you know. It's my only sane medicine. Okay, now, another laugh. He's noticed my tumbler collection. I've gotten slightly addicted to tumblers. Okay. And, so he noticed my little tumbler collection. And, he was like, okay, what's all these with these fancy dancy cups? I'm like, oh, those are my tumblers. And he noticed the one, I don't have it in here with me, but it's the one I ordered from Kay Mystic Koi to help her get on her feet, you know, because She's a one that does a diamond art calendar and does all our events on Facebook, and she was needing some money for a situation. You can go search it up and find out what you can find out. But so I ordered stuff from her Etsy shop. I ordered a diamond painting and a stainless steel tumbler, right? Well, the stainless steel tumblers come in. The diamond painting hasn't yet. But I was using that tumbler that day, the other night, and he was like, "What does this say?" It's the rainbow one that says, "I diamond paint so I don't kill people." Y'all, he's off Thursday, Fridays, and Mondays. One of these days, that's going to be a realization. He's going to realize exactly what that means. I diamond paint so I don't kill people. And earlier I was trying to kit up the last, 10 or so colors I had to kit up. And he came in here to pester me. I was like, nope. You're trying out that new door. He's like, what new door? I was like, that door. And I was like, you see that? Don't come in it. I had it shut because I was trying not to be... I didn't want to be disturbed. When you're trying to get these packed up and whatnot, you don't want people pestering you. So I closed the door. It didn't do any good. He kept opening it and coming in and talking to me because he was lonely. And it's like, dude, can I help you? Can I help you with something? He's like, no, I just wanted to come in and try to help. I'm like, no, I'm good. I can do it quicker on my own. Less spillage that way. And he's like, oh, okay. Then he kind of patted. It's like, so you're going to take away my dog? I'm like, you gave it to me to do. You said you weren't going to do one that big. He's like, it is kind of large, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah, it's on the larger side. It's like a Chuck Pinson. It's like, what is it, 94 by 70? So yeah, it's about like a Chuck Pinson, size-wise. I'm like, dude, you why couldn't you have picked, of all the patterns you wanted to pick, you couldn't have picked a smaller one? But that's okay. He's like, it's the chicken thing. I'm like, alright. So I got talking with him last night, and he's like, I know the perfect place to put that. And I'm like, oh gosh. Where, honey? He's like, right in the living room. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. We're gonna keep it. Hubby's already found a place for it. He was already looking at frames earlier. He came in here pestering me. He's like, what size frame do I need? I'm like, well, it's going to be a couple months before I get it done. He's like, okay, but what size frame do I need? Yo. So I rounded off the dimensions, in centimeters, thinking, okay, he needs a 94 by 70. He's like, no, I want the inches. He's like, let me get the measuring tape and I'll measure it. And I'm like, why? It says it on the kit. Inches. Right there. In the corner. Right there in front of the centimeters, right? You guys know where it's all at. And he's like, no, it doesn't. It's not the right measurements. I'm like, well, Diamond Art Club is pretty close. It's gonna be right there. And he's like, no, let me get my measurement. I'm like, okay, you can go get your measurement. So I had to get out of the way so he could measure it. Of course, he measures it this way and that way and every which way but loose. And he finally gets the right numbers. And I'm like, all right, what'd you come up with? He's like, well, it's like 37 inches one way and 27.6 the other way. I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. For once, he's like, have you learned how to measure? I was like, nope, not a clue. And he's like, how did you know what they were? I'm like, playing dumb here. I was like, I don't know. Covering up my hands so he doesn't see the numbers. I'm like, I don't know. And he picked up the box. He's like, oh, it's on the side of the box. No wonder you knew how big it was. It says on the side of the box, y'all. If you're familiar with diamond painting, you know, right here in this corner where I'm working, you can't see it, but the dimensions are like right there. Okay. And they read 37.0, 27.6 inches. And in parentheses, you know, for the centimeter part, they have 94 by 70, which is the same numbers he came out with. I don't know about him. I don't know about him. But yeah, now he probably went off looking for a picture frame, I think is what he said he was going to go look for. He said he was going to go to Joplin, so good. Yeah. We're going to get a good visit in. A good, crazy visit with stories. You guys that wanted progress reports, be ready for the stories of the hubby, okay? Because, you know, yeah. He even threatened to help me. I'm like, now keep in mind, I got this kid at the end of August, right? Because that's when his birthday is. And I gave it to him. I'm like, hey, I want you to kind of de-stress and do a hobby with me. And I want to teach you how to do diamond painting. And I had him pick up the kit. Literally, go to the site, pick up the kit from the new releases that week. And I had seen this one, and I know he's into chickens. He's been in chickens his whole life. He's worked at a chicken hatchery and chicken poultry plants all his life. And so I knew chickens were a thing. And it's actually a funnier story because of how we met. We got invited to a friend's house for a fried chicken dinner. Okay? Yeah, this gets good. Now, keep in mind, not really country, love country, don't love country. So, this is the first meeting I had with her husband. Didn't know what he was like. Yeah. At all. He's a character. Much like Quincy, he's a character. They both worked at the same chicken hatchery at the time. So, yeah, I should have been a little prepared on that one. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. And so he worked with Quincy, and Quincy worked with him. And so they decided to have us. We had just started dating. They had fixed us up. Our first date together, per se. And so friend that I work with invites Quincy out for a fried chicken dinner. And of course, he's going to help the husband work around the farm, right? Okay, sounds like a plan. So here, and keep in mind, this is like 25 years ago, okay? Because we've been married for 25 years. So, yeah. I get over to my friend's house. She lives in a nearby town. Of course, this is back in Arkansas, so she lived in a nearby town. Did not know my way around, so I followed her directions. Found it, thankfully. Found husband and friend working out in the front yard. They were cutting up lumber and whatnot for the chicken coop. And so he goes in, he's like, hey, your friend's here. And he went back and talked to me. He's like, hey, Karen will be out in a minute. And I'm like, all right, cool. And so I waited on my friend, and she came out and greeted me and let me meet the dogs and walked me over and introduced Quincy to me. And she's like, yeah, this is our friend Quincy. He works with hubby and you know, over there at the chicken hatchery. I'm like, okay, cool, work buddies, got it. And on their day off, they were working on the chicken coop that the husband was working on, because he wanted to grow chickens too. So that's what they're working on. And so Quincy, he knew exactly what was going on. He was like, yeah, I don't want to be any part of this. He was trying to leave. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not too keen on getting fixed up either. You know, I had just gotten through a messy relationship with someone, and I was at that point. I sure as heck didn't want to get involved with anything. I still wanted to kind of recover a little bit, right? Right. So I thought, wrong. And so anyway, we had dinner. On the menu was fried chicken. Yeah. remember me telling you that they were building a chicken coop? They already had a little one up, and that's where they had all their chickens, but they were wanting to add to the chicken coop and give them a little bit more room to move around, because it was kind of cramped and icky looking and whatnot. So they were just working to improve the chicken coop. Well, it came time for dinner, and my friend was like, "Hey, hubby, you need to go get the chicken." I'm thinking, oh goodness, is the chicken in the freezer? Does it need thawed? Is it, you know, do you need to go to the store and get it? She's like, oh no, we're gonna fix it right here. And I'm like, okay. City girl, okay. Did not know what was gonna happen next. You can use your imagination. Let's just put it this way. I had to choose my supper. My friend's hubby, he came over and he's like, all right, Lucy, come over here to the chicken coop. I'm like, alrighty. And I'm like, oh goody, I get to pet the chickens. Oh, yeah. I was that stupid. I was kind of wanting to pet the chickens. So while I was in there, literally petting the chickens, he asked me, he's like, so which one do you want? And I'm like, I don't have a place to put a chicken. He's like, no. Which one do you want Karen to cook? And I'm like, what? No, we're not about that time of whack. He got one and wrung its neck. Yeah. I think I've been scarred for life now. The chicken's head popped off, left staying in my friend's hubby's hand. He offered it to me. The beak was still barely moving. Chicken, meanwhile, without the head, was bouncing all over the damn chicken coop, spouting blood all over the dang place. Until finally it just fell over. Yeah. If a friend that says they live in the country ever invites you over for a chicken dinner, yeah. Ask them where the chicken's from. Maybe, because you don't want to see that. I know there's some country people out there and they're like, oh, that's the fact of life. I get it. Okay, I know. My husband's worked at the processing plant. He tells me all sorts of stories about how they're made into chicken nuggets. Okay? Yeah. Which, by the way, we were at Walmart today. I'm sorry. This story is, this whipping chat is going to be wild. It's got all sorts of stories in it. So we were shopping at the grocery store. We had to go to Walmart because we needed some milk and eggs, right? And so we were passing by the frozen food aisle. And on the end cap, because we were going to the cashier to pay and get out because we'd gotten what we needed. And so we were passing this little end cap, and it had Tyson frozen chicken nuggets in it, right? Right. And I was like, hey, honey, look, they had, I think it was like 3 or 4 designs. It's mixed in a bag, and they called it spooky nuggets. But they're shaped in the, and I don't remember what all the shapes were, but they were like spooky Halloween, like pumpkins, and I think there was like a black cat, maybe a ghost, maybe a witch's hat. There was like 4 different designs. And, yeah. So, no, we did not get any, but he was looking, now we are from Arkansas, okay, so, go woo pig suey, yay. Yeah, I'm an Arkansas fan. Not in football. I really could care less about the Razorbacks, but it's my hometown, okay? So, do you see any more TVs in that area? No, okay. So anyway, we were walking through the store looking at, and we looked at the nuggets, and I asked him, I was like, hey, you've worked over there at the plant and Tyson's for a while. And he's like, yeah. I was like, how do they make the shape? I was like, is it, because it looks, they'd only have like 4 shapes, and you'd have to make that many nuggets. You can't do it by hand anymore. It has to be by a machine. He's like, oh, it's just a press that they, I'm like, and then that got me thinking, do they have a whole roll of chicken nugget material that they just, I don't know. I might have to research that. I might not want to. I might not want to know what goes in the chicken nuggets we eat. I just might not want to know. You know, it's kind of like one of those things that hot dogs have stuff in them that you don't want to know about. Now I'm kind of worried about my chicken nuggets. So we'll see. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to this little chapter of my diamond art channel. I think I want to say thank you. I'm not going to say your name because you didn't tell me I could, but I want to stop for a minute and tell you thank you for giving me this idea. You know who you are because we were talking in the tribe, and you know, there's only like 40 people in there now, so you know who you were talking to. I know who you are. So thank you for this idea. It's going to be a hoot. I started on this side of it because it has the fall flowers right up here. It looks like fall flowers, so I wanted to do fall. So that's going to get my fall fix in. I've also, my friend is, and I still might take this one over there. I don't know. I need to concentrate on this one and not do another one. But I was going to pull out my Chuck Pinson whip for my whipping chap and work on it. But now I think I'm just going to work on this one. So yeah, I'm going to try to get this one done by November, thereabouts, because Be Frosty is coming up in November 1st, and I just got my, we got the mail earlier, and Quincy was like, hey, you got a couple packages. I'm like, alright, and it was for Tina something, and I didn't recognize her name either. I'm used to calling her DP with Sparklers or Timo, right? So, I was like, okay, I don't recognize the name. Is there a company name? He's like, no, it just has this person's name. I'm like, well, I'm not recognizing it, so let me open it. It was Timo's stuff that I ordered. My enhancement kits for my Be Frosty kit came in, so yay. Pardon me, let me silence that phone. Pardon me. Hold, please. Oh, hubby. Oh, good, it went to voicemail. Let me text him real quick. Hang on. See what he needed. Can't get to that. Watch him be in trouble or something. Come on, go to messages. Hurry up, I'm recording. 20-ton unit. Huh? What? So anyway, I'll keep that so I can text him back and forth. I'm sorry, I don't like using my phone when I'm on the making a video, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not sure what he wants. Anyway, where was I? Stop, rewind. What was I talking about? What story was I on? Shoot, I don't remember. Brain. We were talking about the chicken nuggets and the things at Walmart and making the patterns. I'm sorry, my brain just went blank. Told you why I wanted to start on this corner for the fall flowers, and I don't know. I just like fall. This is like my favorite time of the year. Quincy wanted to know what my plans were for the next couple of days. He wanted us to go to, there's a Laura Ingalls Wilder festival in a city. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where the city is, but I'd like to go because I love Little House on the Prairie. So I'm not sure if we'll go or not. That's this next Friday. He's off Thursday and Friday, so you know, I'm not in for huge long car rides though, but you know, he says it's not far away, so we'll see. I don't know. But anyway, there's that. And oh yes, I was thanking my person for doing this. So thank you for giving me the idea for a new segment for my channel. Now, we need to think of a name. It's called Coop Sweet Coop. How about, we could just call it Coop Sweet Coop and see how you know, see the progress that I'm doing on it. Coop Sweet Coop videos. Sound good? If you can think of something else to call it, let me know. I think we should just call it Coop Sweet Coop and do a random whipping chats for it and see how it progress goes. I think. I think that's what I'll do. And go from there. There's that one that looks like the trash can. You know, I get a crack at looking at these symbols and I'm like, yep, rabbit ear, trash can, rabbit ear, trash can. Oh, goodness. Some of these symbols, y'all. 2 rabbit ears. So, yeah, like I was trying to say, if you guys know of any ideas, by all means, run them by me. Who knows? I may be like this little lady and you know, surprise you and say, hey, that's a good idea. I could do that someday. I'm also trying to organize I sent Quincy looking for a hutch or a shelf. That's what he's supposed to be looking for storage for my diamond art collection, because I mentioned that he had found my stash and he went and got some 7 totes and put most of them in 7 totes, and then he found part 2 and he's like, I just ran out of totes, and we kind of ran out of spending money that week, and so he's like, I couldn't go get any more. So now he was looking for cabinets, and so we'll see what he comes home with. But I'm going to be trying to organize my diamond painting, so look for a stash video. It's going to be a multi-stash video, so look for multiple parts on that one. As I start to get things organized, that will happen. Most of mine are from Diamond Art Club, so they're going to be like Diamond Art Club, Dream Designs. I've got, these 2 from Bella, 1 or 2 from Art and Soul, 1 from, what is that one company that has the wax, the Patty Wax Lady? Got 1 from her. I've got some small projects coming up. I've got ideas, okay, ideas. Small project Saturday. I know, I need to start filming that, but, you know. I've also got small projects in a box over here. And so I could do like a small project day or craft or whatnot for a whipping chat. So there's all sorts of stuff to do. I've got ideas. If you want to run one by me, holler at me, okay? Who knows? I might come up with something. You never know. Sometimes I have a brain that works. Not always, not often, but every now and then it pops out an idea. But anyway, I hope that you're watching this, and I hope that you know who you are, so thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I appreciate the idea. Thank you for helping. And we're going to do it. We're going to sit here and work on Chicken Coop, and it's not all going to get done in one day because I'm slow at diamond painting. You can see I'm single placing a lot of it. It's in a one spot here, one spot confetti, y'all, confetti. So it's going to be in a spot here, a spot there, but, you know, we're going to work on it. We're going to have fun. We're going to chit-chat. We're going to, you know, play some games. May try to play some trivia games on you. You know, who knows? How about, for the next one, chicken trivia? Yeah. Let's do some chicken trivia for the next one. While I sit here in diamond paint and whatnot, I can work on a list of questions and I can do some chicken trivia. Let's play trivia with the next one, okay? Yeah, that sounds like a good plan for me. Good idea. And then we'll do others that are just whipping chats that, you know, are telling you what's going on in my life and whatnot. Okay? I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to take a quick break. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate the idea. I appreciate you coming. Again, if you are new, please, please, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you know someone that likes, you know, diamond painting like I do, If you know someone that likes to hear people ramble like I do, go for it. Share me with your friends. Give me a like, give me a follow, yada yada. All the YouTubey stuff, okay? Let's go do all the YouTubey stuff. Hit the bell so you know when I make a video. I'm working on a schedule, y'all. I promise. I'm working on a schedule. I got these ideas. I got to get them down on a schedule. I'm thinking of doing a book talk as well. So you'll be learning about my books that I'm liking. You might not all like my books, but, who knows, you might. I don't read anything weird, okay? I'm not a weirdo. Although some of them are Christian fiction, so please do not be turned off by that. I'm not going to throw it down your throat. That's just what I like, because I'm not a 20 Million Shades of Grey fan, okay? I don't like all the dirty stuff. You're like, oh, what's wrong with a sex scene every now and then? Yeah, but the whole book. Nothing wrong with, a little sex scene here and there. Keep it clean. You know what I mean? And the inspiration kind of keeps it clean. It keeps it toned down just a tad. Just a tad. And then my other favorite genre is just regular women's fiction. I'm in a baker's club and an inspirational book club, so you're going to find out a mixture of murder mysteries, cozy mysteries, historical romance, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some Christian fiction mixed in, especially if it's a good story that, people might want to hear. This last one was about a kid that came down with the measles and the conflict between getting shots and not, and I thought it was written very well. I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about little kids getting their measles shots. Do they even still give the measles shots anymore is what I'd like to know, because whenever I was a kid, they had chicken pox going around in my school. Like, I could be here and little Davy could be here, and it would literally skip me and jump to little Davy, or Davy would come down with it, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm next. They send out the paperwork that, hey, it's going through your grade, it's going through your school, here's what you need to prep for. Get lots of calamine lotion, get lots of, chicken broth and Sprite, because she's going to be, kind of icky for a couple days while these rashes appear. Little Davy would get it, Lucy would not. It would jump, literally, boom, and hit Samantha over here. I was like, yes! Couple days off with schoolwork. Yay! Yeah, never happened. I never had the chicken pox, never had the measles. Of course, now there's a vaccination, I think, for chicken pox. They have it as shingles. That wasn't the case 30, 40 years ago whenever I was going to school, okay? We did get the measles, the 3-in-1 measles, mumps, and rubella, or whooping cough, or something. I don't know. I still have the scar on my arm to prove it. I just don't know exactly what it was for. But, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on if I would get my kid vaccinated, because I know there's there's like, if you get the vaccination, that one of the bad side effects was it could cause autism, and autism seems to be running rampant no matter what we do to it, whether you have shots or not. And a lot of people in my area homeschool, so I don't know if it's they don't believe in the shots. I mean, I don't talk to them. I don't have kids. I don't know anyone that has kids. If you have kids, let me know. Would you vaccinate? Did you vaccinate? Do you encourage vaccination? Do you not? What about that COVID shot that we had 3 or 4 years ago when we had the COVID spike? Did you go get the shot? A lot of people, it was required to go back to work to get the shot, but then there was a lot of people that were kind of grumbling about the shot too. So let me know which side of the fence you were on. But yeah, I'm going to sit here and work on this a little bit more and go in there and get me some tea. Your girl's thirsty from talking. So I'm going to close with this here and finish my little symbols on this one and go take a break. But thank you so much for visiting with me. Thank you for coming in. Leave me a comment. Let me know you were here. Leave me a little chicken. Flood my comments with chicken emojis. Surely there's got to be one or two. If not, an egg. Chicken or an egg. It's got to be there. Okay? Alright. Well, guys, I'm going to keep working on this for a little bit. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, chicken trivia is next. Bye.